Hello everybody and welcome back. So we have just had a massive heat wave. It is middle of June and we've just had the hottest June day on record. I think it got to 37 down here where I am. It's been absolutely roasting. So I am not going to do any more building work. I'm going to do a little bit of electrical work and take my time nice and easy, I hope, and not set any fires. In this video, going to be installing a sink and the tap. Now I've already cheated a little bit and cut the holes out and they're already in situ. Let me show you. There it is, already put in. Now this was from Amazon. It was £19. It's a stainless steel washing up bowl. And I figured if that's meant to sit in a sink, it's roughly the same size, just a little bit smaller than a sink. So I cut the hole out and in it goes. And then I got the tap, and the tap was from Amazon. That cost me about 15 quid as well. And it's one of, take a bit closer, it's one of those switch taps. Don't know if you can hear it. And it turns itself on and off, and it should work in conjunction with the pump, which is going to be in the tank of water underneath. That's the plan anyway. So what we're going to do in this video is the electrics for the tap, and I'm going to show you how to get the tap and the pump working together at the same time in parallel. So when you turn the tap on, the pump comes on. When you turn the tap off, the pump turns itself off. What I did do when I was playing around with it and I nearly set fire to the van is I was just going positive to positive, negative to negative, and thinking to myself, well that's it, that was easy. No, connected it to the battery, zzz, wires melted, nearly had a fire. You don't do it that way. I'm going to show you how to do it the right way. We're going to put a hole. I hate cutting holes in things. We're going to put a hole in the bottom of this and put a sink attachment. Turn a washing up bowl into a sink. So I think first things first, we're going to put the hole in the bowl so we can then test the tap properly. So let's get the drill out and a couple of drill bits and we'll get that attached. Oh, also the bloody sink, like the plug and the waste pipe from Wix, 4 quid, absolute bargain. And you have to buy that to go on the bottom to stop. I'll show you in a bit anyway, but yeah, that was like £1.50. So I think the whole setup for the sink and the tap cost me 20, 24, 35 quid in total. You can buy kits online with all of this included and they cost you, I think about, some of them are about 60 quid. So if you're not too scared about doing it yourself, and you're not too scared about buying a washing up bowl. Oh, I did buy this actually. This tin, I thought that would be big enough. It's an extra large dog bowl off Amazon. I mean, look at the bloody size of it. So I had to go and buy another one, but I did right second time round. Right, so with the hole that I'm going to put in the sink, it only has to be as big as the inner circle here, because that's the bit that ultimately sits underneath where the water will flow out of. So you only need to cut it as big as that, sharp. So I think I've probably gone overkill with that one. I don't know. Bloody hell, maybe I haven't. That one maybe. Nope, that's too small. Bloody hell, I thought I went overkill with that. Would appear I haven't. Right, I'm not measuring. I'm just going to go. That looks like the middle to me. I've had to break out the big guns. This tool, I don't know what I would have done without this tool on this van build. It has been a godsend. This would not get through the metal. And it's as thin as anything. So, this will do the job. Getting there. Bloody loud though. This is definitely for metal, isn't it? Yep, right, okay. No, not working. Right, I've had to break out the jigsaw with the metal blade that I used for the window. See how we do with that one. What's not the exact perfect hole. I absolutely butchered it. Absolutely butchered it, but it's a hole and it's going to work. I don't care what it looks like. You ain't going to see it. Right, so hole in the sink. That fits. Now with these, what I don't like is the insert to this is plastic. So if you tighten it up too much, you crack it. But you want it tight so it doesn't leak. Right, rubber that side. Rubber there. Let's pull that pipe off, because that's just going to get in the bloody way for now. Right. Like that, I believe. God, I didn't half make a racket cutting through that with the jigsaw. Now I'm not going to use any silicone or anything under here. As long as this is tight, it's got a rubber bung, it should be fine. If we get a leak, then we'll use some. But I don't think we will. I didn't in the last one. As long as it was all pulled tight, there shouldn't be any leaks. Right, let's get the screwdriver. See it putting itself nice and tight. As I say, if I get any leaks, then I will use some silicone, but I genuinely don't think I will. Man, he's tighten up. It's tight. Right, there we go. Ta-da! One sink in a washing up bowl. I really don't think that's going to leak. I think that's going to be just fine. And that goes in there. That goes in there. Tap. Right, here we are under the sink. So I do need to silicone that down and secure that. I might get some clips or something I think that you can buy, or I might just silicone it down and that will just keep that in place. You can see the tap sticking out just over there with its electrical wires. Now at some point, what I'm going to do for a demonstration today is just show you how to wire it up, and then I'm going to tuck the wires and it's all going to be wired in behind there, because I want the electric as far away from all the water as possible. So I'm going to have 5 litres of fresh, 5 litres of waste. Obviously, I'm probably going to put the clean this side, waste this side, because of the way that the pipe is. So 5 litres of waste, 5 litres of clean. The reason I do it that way is that I know if I've run out of 5 litres of clean, I'm probably going to be full on my 5 litres of waste. This worked before. We've had a few spillages, but other than that, we've been okay. So I'm just going to attach the water pump to the tap up there. Just a cheeky little dry fit for the time being. So that's the freshwater pipe attached, and that's probably too long actually, so I'm going to cut that down a bit. Right, so honestly I am no electrician, but this is fairly easy to do. So now we've attached the water pump to the tap, the water pipe anyway, not the electrics. It's time to look at the electrics. So as I said earlier, I was attaching positive to positive, negative to negative, and just thinking to myself, well that's it, that's done. Connected it to the battery, doosh, up went the cable, nearly had a fire. And that's because I realised that you've got to wire it in a certain order. So I'm just going to demonstrate for you for now. I've already spliced the wires, so we're good to go. So with regards to wiring this up, you need to take, so this is the power, this is going to be running from the leisure battery. So you've got your power and your negative. So you take your power negative first and you attach that to your pump negative. So power negative, the black, to your pump negative, black. I'm just going to do this really crude at the moment, just so I can show you how to wire it up and get it working. So that is pump negative to power negative. Then you want tap negative, so the tap negative in here to your pump positive. So tap negative to the pump positive. Okay, so that's, you've done your power negative to pump negative, then you've done your tap negative to your pump positive. Then you want to get the two remaining wires together, and that is your tap positive to your power positive. So therefore, when you turn on your tap, it should kick in the pump and start pumping water. So let me show you. So that's what it looks like. You've got your pump positive to your tap negative. You've got your pump negative to your power negative. And then you have the tap positive to the power positive. And that's how you wire up your tap. Obviously you don't leave your wires like that. Going to use Wagos, and I'm going to tuck them behind there so they're well out of the way of the water. But just so you know, that is how you wire up your tap to your 12-volt pump. I hope that makes sense. I had to watch a YouTube video on how to do it, otherwise I'd have had a fire. But I have tried and tested this, and it definitely works. So give me a minute. I'm going to run some wires over to the garage area. Still can't believe I'm saying that. The garage area of the van. Get this plumbed into the fuse box, and then we'll go and get some jugs of water and we'll give it a test for some leaks. Right, so I've fed the wires from, ignore all of this, it will make sense. I've fed the wires under the cabinets and it's come out into the garage area. So I just need to run the positive and negative to the fuse board, get the right size fuse put in, turn the power on, and we'll have a look and see if we've got some action. Right, I've had a look and we need a 5 amp fuse. Okay, so I've turned the electrics on and I can't smell smoke and we haven't got fire just yet. So that's great, start. So, water and a jug for the waste. We're about to have running water, fingers crossed, in the van for the first time. Right, we're all set up. I still don't like the fact that there's electric wire going into water, but we'll have to deal with that. Clean water, waste, hope there's no leaks. As soon as I turn that tap on, we should have water. So we turn the tap on. I'm happy with that. Right over the plug hole, so that's perfect. There's the wastewater going in there, but look at that. Bloody Nora, I'm going to go through 5 litres in no time. Anyway, so that is how you wire up your sink tap with your water pump without setting fire to your van. Don't forget, again, I had to write it down because I'm bound to forget. It is your power negative to your pump negative, your tap negative to your pump positive, which will leave you then your tap positive to your power positive. I had to write it down. I was bound to forget. We've got no fires. We're cooking with gas. Well, we're not. We're washing with water. You know the saying. I've done a lot to the van recently, electrical wise, which I'm really proud of. So I've now got water plumbed in. I've now got the LED lights working in the ceiling. I've got that all plumbed in and working. The 240 volt temporarily stuck on the wall, but that's working. I've got the lights under the bed working. The fridge, if you can see that, the fridge is turned on, that's working. A lot of electrics taking place in this van, and I haven't burnt it down. So far, so good. Don't forget, if you did like the video and you want to keep up with the build series, we're almost at an end, to be fair. We're just waiting for a few more things to take place. Flooring being one of them. Don't forget, click the subscribe button, leave me a note in the comments, swipe over, give it a hype, give it a like. Don't forget, hit the bell notification as well, and then you'll be notified every time I upload a video. But for now, I've got to show you these. Nice. Rick and his van. Out.